The achievements of the General Administration of Civil Education and the qualification of youth cadres continue year after year in a race against time, until it reaches the platform of unlimited achievements. As the General Administration of Civil Education and Qualification of Youth Cadres, being one of the arms of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, began implementing its plan so that promising Egyptian youth can achieve their aspirations and hopes through the various programs offered to them to create a generation of youth leaders qualified for the labor market in all fields. During the past period, many important programs, activities, and events targeting young people have been implemented. In order to achieve Egypt's Vision 2030 to reach the dream of the new republic, which was called for by His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. The Egyptian Constitution has guaranteed the care of youngsters and youth through Article 82 of the Constitution, where it has been approved that the state shall guarantee the care of youth and youngsters and shall work on discovering their talents, developing their cultural, scientific, psychological, physical, and creative abilities, as well as encouraging them to work collectively and voluntarily and enabling them to participate in public life. Who are we? The General Administration of Civil Education and Qualification of Youth Cadres is one of the departments of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, which works with youngsters and youth in all governorates. It specializes in preparing, qualifying, and training youth cadres and leaders to become true leaders at all levels. Our vision: preparing youth cadres and leaders who are capable of developing their society and participating in building their country in a positive way to face risks and negative phenomena. Our message: we look forward to reaching the largest number of youngsters and youth through our programs and activities, in cooperation with all parties, organizations, and entities that work with youngsters and youth. The strategic objectives of the General Administration of Civil Education and Qualification of Youth Cadres: building the Egyptian character and spreading the spirit of loyalty and belonging among youngsters and youth, building and developing awareness among youngsters and youth, qualification, development, and preparation of youth cadres and leaders in various fields, encouraging youngsters and youth to work collectively and voluntarily, deepening the political participation of youngsters and youth, expansion of promotional activities to occupy leisure time, preparing various training programs for youngsters and youth to achieve sustainable development goals, intensifying international youth cooperation at all regional, Arab, African, Mediterranean, and global levels. Models and examples of the activities, programs, and projects implemented and are being implemented by the General Administration of Civil Education and Qualification of Youth Cadres, currently and during the previous period. Civil Education Program. It is a program that aims to prepare a citizen who is able to participate positively and who possesses the values of citizenship by knowing his rights and responsibilities through several axes, namely rights and responsibilities, social participation, political participation, citizenship, and development, as this program is implemented in cooperation with UNICEF in youth centers, universities, schools, and higher institutes. Media Youth Leaders Forum. It aims to create media youth leaders who are specialists in the field of media and professional communication in the various governorates of the Republic to carry out their role in accordance with the social responsibility of youth work.
الشرايح الشبابية اللي بنتعامل معها بتعمل مع طبقات المجتمع كلها. طبقات المجتمع من الشباب في كيانات شبابية كتيرة جدا. أدواتنا من المؤسسات كتيرة عشان انتوا كطلاب وشباب تعرفوا. تمام، القيادة السياسية بالشباب وبالمؤسسات كلها للتطوير لا حدود لها لارتباطها بتطوير مصر اللي القيادة السياسية فخامة الرئيس رؤيته لتطوير مصر لا حدود لها. وده على الواقع العملي اللي شايفينه في الجمهورية الجديدة ومع التحديات الكبيرة والكتيرة اللي انتم بتدرسوها كطلاب إعلام.
Which contributes to targeting a broad base of youth and assisting the state's mobility towards Sustainable Development 2030, as well as increasing media awareness among non-specialized youth, as this program has been carried out in cooperation with Egyptian and international mass media colleges.
الإدارة عندنا بنعمل على تأهيل القيادات الشبابية في جميع المجالات. من ضمن هذه المجالات المجال الإعلامي. فملتقى القيادات الشبابية الإعلامية بيهدف إلى تنمية الشباب إعلامياً وتوعيتهم في جميع المجالات من أهمها المجال الإعلامي.
The military college visit, which aims to increase affiliation and raise awareness between media leaders and the Egyptian army to know how to qualify and train students of the military college, the manufacturer of Egyptian armed forces men.
بنعدهم ان هم يكونوا فعلا يعني قلم بيعبر عن واقع مصر وعن الحقيقة في مصر. نعمل لهم زيارات لبعض الأماكن الحيوية في الدولة زي كلية الحربية هنا علشان يحسوا قد إيه الناس القائمة على هذه الصروح والأماكن بيتعبوا، قد إيه هم بيشتغلوا للوطن، قد إيه الحياة فعلا مختلفة تماما عن الإشاعات اللي احنا كلنا بنسمعها اللي هم ممكن يصدقوها.
الهدف الأول والأخير هو تنمية الولاء والانتماء لديهم ونعرفهم يعني إيه طلبة الكلية الحربية بيتم انتقائهم إزاي وإزاي بيلتحقوا بالجيش المصري وقد إيه الجيش المصري هو الحماية والحصن الحصين لحماية الوطن.
بنشكر وزارة الدفاع والكلية الحربية وبقول رسالة لكل القيادات الشبابية الإعلامية تعالوا زوروا الكلية الحربية. الكلية الحربية فعلا حصن منيع لحفظ أمن واستقرار وسلامة الوطن، وهتشوفوا هنا آلية إعداد ضابط ينتمي للقوات المسلحة يحفظ أمن الوطن وسلامة الوطن.
The Morale Affairs Directorate visit. It aims at introducing youth to the work method of the Morale Affairs Directorate in developing community awareness, clarifying facts, maximizing the spirit of loyalty and belonging, and highlighting the armed forces' efforts in consolidating the components of the comprehensive development of the state. The Police Academy visit. The Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ministry of Interior have organized an educational symposium under the title Efforts of the National Security Agency in Combating Terrorist and Criminal Acts at the Police Academy, as it aims to raise loyalty, belonging, and awareness of Egyptian national security among youth, especially youth media leaders.
حب الوطن وقد ايه الناس دي بتتعب وقد ايه الناس دي بتبذل مجهود كبير جدا لان احنا نعيش في امان.
Youth Diplomacy Program. The Egyptian International Bilateral Youth Councils. The International Youth Councils aim to maximize Egyptian international youth cooperation and to enhance the concept and role of youth diplomacy by investing the energies, experiences, and ideas of Egyptian youth. 180 young men and women were selected to participate in specialized international youth councils, and the program was implemented at the Olympic Center in Maadi. Mediterranean Youth Academy. It aims to identify the successful experiences of some Mediterranean countries in various fields and put forward the possibility of their application in the Arab Republic of Egypt, and to introduce Mediterranean issues such as climate change, environment, gender equity, irregular migration, and extremism, creating a nucleus for a Mediterranean youth network centered in Egypt for networking among the youth of the Mediterranean countries, and opening horizons for youth discussion to find innovative solutions to the issues of the Mediterranean and the role of Egyptian youth in them. As the first version of the Academy took place in the Olympic Center and the second version in the Biblioteca Alexandrina. And this program took place in cooperation with the Mediterranean Youth Foundation under the auspices of the Council of Ministers, in the presence of the President of the Biblioteca Alexandrina, the Minister of Youth and Sports, and the ministry's leaders, in addition to the delegation of the European Union in Egypt, United Nations Women Organization, friendly foreign embassies, German Agency for International Cooperation, United Nations Development Program, Anna Lindh Foundation for Intercultural Dialogue, International Organization for Migration, National Council for Human Rights, and Union for the Mediterranean.
أكاديمية شباب متوسط الحقيقة هي بتعكس حجم التفاعل الكبير ما بين الشباب عبر زونينج اريا أو منطقة، وده يمكن رؤية الدولة المصرية اللي بتدعم من القيادة السياسية باستمرار ووزارة الشباب والرياضة. هي أنا حضرت ورش العمل النهارده غير السكادول بقية الأيام، بيناقش كلها حاجات مشكلات مجتمعية، مشكلات شبابية، مشكلات مرتبطة بتغيرات المواقف في الشباب المتوسط. أكيد المناقشة تؤدي إلى recommendations أو توصيات، ازاي ان احنا نقدر ناخد هذه التوصيات ونطبقها يا اما في برامجنا في وزارة الشباب والرياضة او نرفعها لمستويات المختلفة.
Road Forum for the New Republic. It aims to raise youth awareness of national security issues and the surrounding risks to achieve the dream of the new republic, and to acquaint youth with the national project, plans, and strategies undertaken by the Egyptian state to achieve its goals. The first and second versions have been implemented, and preparations are underway for the implementation of the third vision, which will be held in the administrative capital. This program is undertaken under the auspices of the Egyptian Council of Ministers in cooperation with EG Youth Student Union.
بدورنا ان احنا بنتعامل مع الكيانات الشبابيه وبندعم افكارهم البناءه وبندعم البرامج اللي هم بيقدموها. دوره ازاي ان احنا نسلط الضوء على جهود الدوله في الانتقال بينا لمرحله الجمهوريه الجديده.
Mediterranean Climate Initiative. It aims to raise environmental awareness of the issue of climate change in Egypt and the Mediterranean region, build partnerships between those interested and actors in the environmental field, build the capacities of young men and women in the Mediterranean region in the field of climate change, and develop policy recommendations to be presented at COP27 and the World Youth Forum in December 2022. This program has been carried out in cooperation with the Mediterranean Youth Foundation.
الوزارة متبنية أي فكرة وأي مقترح بيناقش قضية المناخ اللي هي قضية عالمية وقضية العصر اللي احنا كلنا بنحاول نساهم ان احنا نكون جزء من حل هذه المشكلة.
المبادرة المتوسطية للمناخ من أهم المبادرات اللي الإدارة بتشتغل عليها الفترة دي، وإن شاء الله طبعا أنا متوقع جدا من الشباب اللي أنا شفته دلوقتي والحماس اللي عندهم إن هم هيطلعوا توصيات قوية جدا، وإن هم هيعملوا أوراق بحثية ومقترحات مع بعض على الأرض بحيث إن هي يتم اختيارها وتنقيتها ورفعها كلها في تقرير بحيث إن هي يتم الاستفادة منها ويتم عرضها إن شاء الله في الكوب 27.
Youth for Green Initiative. It aims to involve youth and encourage them to participate socially and effectively to contribute positively to a more sustainable environment. The first of its activities was held at Shalalat Youth Center in Alexandria Governorate, and the second edition was held in the Youth City in Port Said. This program was carried out in cooperation with the German Embassy in Cairo and in the presence of the German ambassador, the French ambassador, the Irish ambassador, the Czech ambassador, and the ambassador of the European Union and the United Nations, as well as a number of representatives of the German Agency for International Cooperation, GIZ, and a group of ministry leaders. Lata for Mobile Cinema Program. It aims to empower youth to combat the various phenomena of violence that women may be exposed to integrate people with disabilities and population and gender issues, and to introduce participants to how to use mobile phones to produce documentaries and employ them in a number of societal issues. This program is carried out in cooperation with the German Agency for International Cooperation, GIZ.
كل المحافظات
ويقعدوا مع بعض ويعرفوا بعض ويتعرفوا على بعض ويحصل معايشه ويحصل تبادل للافكار وتبادل للرؤى. ومن خلال النقاشات دي كلها انتوا هنا النهارده مع بعض وتتعرفوا على بعض وهتتبادلوا الافكار والرؤى نحو تطوير عدد الشباب في مصر والافكار الواقع اللي بتحل بعض المشاكل والقضايا. فاعتقد ان المؤسسه كانت مفيد جدا ليكم وهنطلع منه افكار كويسه جدا وحلول كويسه جدا لبعض المشاكل والقضايا. واعتقد ان قطاع البيانات ننطلق منها للنسخه الثالثه اللي هي تكون اقوى واقوى باذن الله.
The department implements many other important programs such as Local Leaders Program and Egypt Vision 2030 in cooperation with the Ministry for Local Development, My Family is a Life Journey Program in cooperation with Al-Azhar, the African School Program in cooperation with the African Office in the Ministry, the first meeting of Arab Youth Talk in cooperation with the Arab Youth Council, the Role Model Leader Program in cooperation with the Leaders Foundation for Administrative Science, Artificial Intelligence Program in cooperation with Microsoft, the Development Program for the Young People of Upper Egypt, the Directorate of Youth and Sports in the Governorate of Upper Egypt, and the Development Program for the Young People of the Border Governorates. As for the field of youth work at the international level, the Ministry seeks youth cooperation at the international, African, Arab, and Mediterranean levels. As the department has implemented a large number of various international programs, activities, and various international youth conferences with many countries in the world. That is in cooperation with countries, embassies, the League of Arab States, the African Union, the Union for the Mediterranean, and several international organizations and institutions. Functions of the General Administration of Civil Education and Qualification of Youth Cadres. Designing plans, strategies, and programs necessary to prepare youngsters and youth. Involving youth in various sectors of society. Consolidating good values and principles and preserving the Egyptian personality and identity. Expanding the base of beneficiaries among youngsters, youth, and graduates. Organizing seminars, conferences, competitions, and workshops related to the fields of civil education for youngsters and youth. Contributing to transforming youth centers into community service centers. Preparing and implementing a management plan in the field of civil education with UNICEF. Preparing training courses for youth in many fields. Preparing a generation capable of building the country and confronting negative phenomena. Preparing and implementing various programs in the field of civil education, including the exchange of experiences in the field of youth leaders on international, regional, Arab, and African levels. Preparing and qualifying trained youth cadres to assist as trainers, moderators, workshop facilitators, and lecturers in management programs. Activating the role of youth, adopting youth initiatives, and motivating them to have a positive role in society. And assimilation of various youth entities and movements in all their forms and supporting them to achieve a societal role under the umbrella of the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
تحيا مصر، تحيا مصر، تحيا مصر.